Hello friends, today in this video I will show you how to log errors information into MS SQL database using Serilog. So I will show you how to configure Serilog in Web API project, and then we create a log table in MS SQL database, and then we add a custom columns into the log table so that we can log user details also, so we can easily track from where this error occurred in application. So let's start. I have already created a Web API default template in ASP.NET Core 3.1 framework. So we have to add a connection string so that we can log errors into database. So for that, let's add a connection string here in appsetting.json. Then on program.cs we need to read that connection string. So for that I have a code that we can put here on the program class. Using this we can read appsetting.json file. Then on the main method we add a code to read connection string. So let's add that. After that we need to register our Serilog. So before registering we need to install two packages for the Serilog. So I have installed two Serilog packages, Serilog.ASP.NET Core and Serilog.syncs.MSSQL Server. So you need to install these two packages into the Web API project. After that on the program.cs log, you need to register or do the setting for our logger. So let's I will get it from the code that I have already. So here let's first import missing namespaces. Okay, here the collection and SQL DB type. So here we need to log.logger and then new logger configuration. Here I have we need to .enrich.from log context and then .write to .MSSQL server. We need to provide a connection string, then sync options that I have provided a table name, custom table name, Web API logs. Then here configuration section not required, so I have put it null. Then app configuration is not required, so null. Here I have we need to specify log event level. I have mentioned it .information, so it restrict logging to information level. Then format provider null. I have added a column options. So column option is basically the custom columns that you want to log into the database. So I have added a username varchar field so that we can add a username. Whatever user is requesting API, we just log that username into the MS SQL table. So I have added that column option. You can also add multiple SQL columns here as per your requirement. Then we have a configuration section not required, so I have put it null. And then finally the formatting text formatter is also null. Then we just need to create logger, so it will register our Serilog into the logger. And finally just we need to use Serilog here. That's it. Now on startup, to log username we need to add a section here after user authorization. Here I have added a app.use. This is a middleware that will get the username from the user identity, and then we push this into the log context, so that whenever we log error or accepts error or information, it will automatically add a username into table. So this is the all configuration. Now let's create a table into the MS SQL database. So I have a web API demo database. Let's create a table. Here I have created a table web API logs. So these properties are is a default properties that we need to create. I have added a new custom column username here, so I can log username into the database. You can also create a new columns as per your requirement. So let's create this table here in the database. Okay, I have created web API logs. Now let's open weather controller. Here we have only a get method, so let's just log. So we need to Serilog user Serilog.log dot information. Here we can add information like cold, weather, forecast, and get method. So this information is logged when we run this project. There are other things also like error. You can also log error. So error, and here error details 0. Here we put any errors if we have, like let's create a try catch block, and in a catch we do exception. Here I log this exception EX. Now let's put it into try block. Okay, here it wants to return, but let's return null. Okay, now let's run this project. Okay, our project run. Let's see, it is log information here. Yes, see, it has logged all the information like application started, hosting environment is development, all this, right? Here you can also see that it is logged information. At last you can see the username. Right now we have not configured user identity, so it is mentioning anonymous. So you can usually track from which user this error is came. So it's really very easy to use Serilog. Okay, now to generate an error, let's here we put a null, so it will generate a null exception error, and we can see how it log into the database. So now let's run this project. Okay, you can see there is no output. So let's now see here. Okay, see here it also logged all the information like application started, all that stuff. Then it also called a weather forecast get method, and there in that get method it has error. You can see error details here also. Let's see here what is the error. You can see it also logged the line number and error detail system null reference exception. So you can see detailed error in the database. Here you can see that it log all the information into the database, but if you want to just log information and the errors that occur in our application, you can do that using the minimum level override, and then you pass the source Microsoft and the log event label.error. So let's truncate this and then execute. Right now there is no rows. Let's run our API. Okay, now you can see it has just logged two messages. One is the get method that called, and another is error that occurred during that API call. So you can avoid unwanted logging into the database. That's it. Thank you for the watching.